Welcome to Wrestling Community College. This is a podcast about wrestling and sort of about teaching you wrestling. But today it's an after-school special, so it's sort of about just talking about wrestling and not teaching you much of anything. I'm Dr. Lou. This is Professor Ryan right here.
Ahoy.
And we are human beings, so be nice to us. Now, Fastlane. Fastlane happened yesterday. It's fresh in my mind because I literally just fucking watched it. I'm guessing you maybe watched it live, did you?
I did, yeah. I missed the Nakamura and Rusev match.
You didn't miss much.
That's what I thought. I felt like I could have missed all of this and not have missed much.
Yeah, you could have missed a majority of it, I'd say. I'd say the two takeaway matches for me were the tag team match and the world title match. Those were the two that stand out in my mind. Don't know about you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, that's all I really wanted to see. I don't really... Bobby Roode and Randy Orton, they have nothing. That's a filler. If there ever
like
was.
Nakamura and Rusev, really.
Yeah, there's no point for it. And you'd think this close to WrestleMania, they'd really be narrowing down these clear-cut stories leading up to their big event. But if anything, they've sort of muddied the waters even further, which, in this case, maybe not so bad. For the Nakamura and AJ thing, it's not so bad, but the U.S. title picture is a mess. Yes. I don't care at all about that title.
No.
If they got rid of it, if they said, Ryan, you have the choice today to get rid of that title and all of its history, if you just push this button, I would push that fucking button.
You wouldn't even just keep it around for fun. You would literally just erase it from history.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Wow.
It's such a waste of... It's brutal. It's so bad right now.
It is bad, yeah.
What they're doing with it today tarnishes the entire legacy. So,
all that work John Cena did to make it irrelevant, eh? Yeah. All that work that he put into creating that belt, and now it's just gone.
The problem is not only that, but before, it's the WCW lineage as well. If you look back at the title history, they count the Steve Austin versus Steamboat. Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Has also been the
Raven, nevermore.
Yeah.
Right?
So, DDP, stuff like that. But this, I have not been less interested in a title match in a long time.
Yeah. I was doing stuff while it was... I thought, all right, this would be a good opportunity to just do a bit of work, Check in, all right, yep, still irrelevant.
It's still
back to my work. I fully agree. It couldn't be... And that's the problem with a Fastlane event, is that they could either be using this event to cement rivalries, to kind of further things. And to be fair, they did that in other aspects, other portions of this show, but around titles, you should really have things just fucking locked. You should have them just cemented in at this point. And the fact that they're just kind of fucking around with the US title, literally less than a month until WrestleMania. I'm guessing they thought, all right, yeah, Orton, big star, all right, yeah, Jinder Mahal, India. And they just thought, yeah, WrestleMania, appeal to the Indians, appeal to the people who know who Randy Orton is. And that worked for them, apparently. But, I don't... Other than that, I don't care. I don't know.
The match was pretty good for Randy Orton.
He was given 20% instead of 15 this time, which is
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. But normally when you do these sorts of a Mexican standoff type storylines, you build up equity in the characters first.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's quantity well above quality by bringing in Jinder Mahal. He hasn't done anything either in the past few months. So, why does he get a title shot? Why wouldn't somebody from the Six-Pack Challenge get a title shot?
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah. He kind of, it's because he kind of floated around the US title tournament. Was he in the finals? I'm pretty sure he was in the finals against Bobby Roode, right?
He was.
And then kind of just cut promos every other week about how dumb or lame Rude or Orton were. And I guess in WWE kind of rhetoric and mindset, that's Jinder Mahal being a very relevant part of that trio that they've got going on. But I think in all our other kind of mindsets, in the mindset of a normal human being, that's like, well, he just seems like this little bitch who's moaning like every other week about these other two wrestlers, but has no real input in anything. So, yeah.
Like, it should have been, I don't want to say should have been, because you can book all day better things than the WWE. But why wouldn't they have put Rusev in that picture? If you're going to take the belt off Bobby Roode, give it to the guy who's almost as over as AJ Styles, if not more, at this point.
Yeah. I mean, he was getting equal cheers to Shinsuke. And Shinsuke like, well, I'm not going to say main eventing, even though he should be. I'm going to put main event in air quotes, WrestleMania. So, the fact that they've got no real plan for Rusev at this point, even though he is as over as he is, it just shows poor. It almost feels like they planned this like months ahead of time. It just has that feel to it, you know. We'll let Rude carry the belt until like a pay-per-view before WrestleMania. Then fuck him. Let's put it on Orton because people know him and he's kind of semi-popular.
Oh, it's so,
you know.
I think that's the kind of booking they do a lot of the time. They don't change on the fly.
No.
Rusev is not a heel. I don't care who you put him against. At this point, he's not a heel. People like him.
He's about as heel as Elias, so...
Yeah. So he's not
a heel. They can send him out, like, calling the hometown shit or whatever, but it's still not going to make a fucking difference. People are still going to cheer for him,
Yeah, he's that heel when, like, The Rock was a heel, when he was getting over. Same type deal. I'm not going to compare him to The Rock, but he's getting over.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with him at WrestleMania. Probably stick him in some stupid battle royal.
Yeah.
But, even if you didn't go with Rusev, put Dolph Ziggler in there. He was the champion. He just gave it up.
Yeah, exactly. And he's had no shot back at that at all in that space of time.
No, like, give it to somebody who can go somewhere. Randy Orton's plateaued. He is not, like, he's just waiting for his career to end. A title will do nothing for him. He won't do anything for that title. You got Mojo Rawley. You could use some sort of platform. He might not be championship material yet, but he has growth potential.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There are so many things they could do, really, with that.
That's it.
We could literally sit here for 2 hours talking about all the potential that title has. Yeah. But we're not writers for WWE, thank fuck. So we'll just leave them to make all the mistakes and then talk shit about it, or talk smack, as the case may be. So, that was a bit of a shitter, but what else did we have? We had Charlotte versus Ruby Riott. Did you see that one?
I did, yeah.
Yeah?
It was okay. I'm not... I know everyone's high on Charlotte. I don't really care for Charlotte.
No. She makes a lot of mistakes. Like, she what's the wrestling word for
botch?
Botch, there you go. Couldn't think of it. So she botches quite a lot of stuff. Like, she's not the most cast iron person, considering she's essentially a veteran at this point. She's been doing this for 5, 6, 7 years now.
Yeah.
So even Ruby Riott, by comparison, she was essentially sort of carrying the match. Ruby Riott, like, she was pretty good in that match. I thought she, if this was a real sport, non-kayfabe, whatever, like, she had everything it took to actually win that match. But yeah, Charlotte has to win, obviously, because again, she's a visible face,
Well, yeah. What is it about Charlotte though? Like, everyone is so high on her, saying she's the best women's wrestler in the world. I don't believe that to be true.
I don't believe it to be true either. She's a decent performer. Like, I've enjoyed matches with her in them, but I would say of the 4 horsewomen, if you want to call them that, I think she's probably bottom almost.
I would say so too.
Yeah.
I mean, she carries around the Flair name, and I think that obviously gives her a lot of equity, but she doesn't have nearly, not even a hint of the psychology that Ric Flair had,
No.
or showmanship. And she's like, mechanically she can wrestle, but it feels hollow. It just feels...
And stiff as well, right?
Yeah, it feels very stiff. So I'd rather see like a sloppy... Like Asuka, she feels sometimes sloppy, like she cannot be contained.
Yeah.
Chaotic. But I'd rather see that because it feels real.
Yeah.
It feels sincere.
Yeah, it does. I would say most of the matches I've seen from Charlotte, other people have been doing the heavy lifting. Like I mean, that may not be true. It may be that it's been equal, but because of how smooth and fluid other people are in comparison to her, it almost looks like other people are the ones carrying the weight of the match. Whereas for her, it's kind of like I don't want to call her unnatural as a wrestler because, she can wrestle obviously, but her movement just isn't, it just doesn't feel right somehow, it feels very rigid.
Yeah. She has a large build. Like she's tall.
Does, yeah. She is.
It's very tall. It's weird. Not her height, but
Ouch.
I feel like she's working like somebody smaller than her. So it looks awkward.
And shit, yeah.
Flips
and shit.
It's amazing that she can, but
yeah, as I say, like she's a good athlete, but she does lack that kind of fluidity that other people do. Are you pleased to see your prediction come to fruition with Asuka coming out?
I was. Yes, I was. I just think it's a better match.
Yeah.
I think, because I want to see that dichotomy. I want to see Asuka's fluidity. I'm not looking forward to Charlotte beating her.
You reckon I don't think she will.
You don't think she will?
I think Asuka's going to beat her. Yeah.
Man, I hope they just love Asuka so much and will let her never lose.
That's the thing, right? Is that this is the ultimate test. It's Golden Girl Charlotte Flair who basically wins every single match they put her in, versus Asuka who does literally win every single match that she's put in because that's kind of her character. So it's like a fucking immovable object versus irresistible force kind of situation. This will show truly what their plans or their kind of allegiance is, whether it goes to heritage and like just fucking bigging up the person they've been bigging up, or storyline and character and actually seeing through the Asuka thing. Because you can't imagine her losing until she's won a title, which if she doesn't win a title, it's just kind of pointless,
And that's it. Like I feel like the thing to do is sort of go on the Ronda Rousey route. Give her the title, let her be the dominant champion, let her tell this story where she becomes cocky and egotistical, and that is the thing that causes her to lose, is her own ego. She defeats herself. That's an interesting story. What's not an interesting story is Asuka going to WrestleMania, losing, and then feeling bad about herself and saying, "You're right, give me one more shot." And then she loses again, but sometime next year she'll eventually hold it for like a week.
I don't want Natalia, basically, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. The Japanese Natalia. Man, that'd be sad. Even sadder would be if she lost and then just showed up on Smackdown just routinely fighting like Naomi or Carmella or whatever, like week on week. That'd be kind of sucky, for sure. Liv Morgan. Yeah. Let's put her in a feud with Liv Morgan, see how that pans out.
Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan should feud with Carmella. If you like the Nature Boy...
Ratchet bitch match.
Yeah.
She's so ratchet. No, she isn't. I was surprised how happy I was to see Asuka come out there. Because A, I thought, well, Ryan was right, and then B, I thought, hey, you know what? This could actually be good. Because when you think about it, her versus Alexa Bliss, and still remaining on that roster, there's a lot going on over there. And for a character to be unstoppable, unbeatable, it kind of doesn't work in that environment because they need to do a lot with a lot of women over there. A lot of women need to be put over, so it doesn't really work in the same way. So yeah, Asuka going to a place where she can just, I don't know, eat people up and shit them out on a weekly basis is, you know, probably a better bet for her. And it'd be interesting seeing her fight people like Becky Lynch and whoever else, you know.
That's a match.
Yeah, that could be good.
That's what I'd like to see. I mean, Bayley and Sasha are going to spend a long time, I think, just going back and forth. And I like the idea of that. But I miss the old days when a wrestling feud, it could go on for a year, but it didn't necessarily entail week after week interaction between the two characters.
Yeah.
Build them up on parallel. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let them build individually so that come next WrestleMania, they're both like Asuka, and you have a head-on collision. They haven't done that with Charlotte. She does not feel like a prestigious champion. She feels like kind of like, I don't want to say John Cena. I'd say, I don't know, like Randy Orton. She feels like Randy Orton to me.
Like a good performer, but you don't really give much of a shit.
I'd maybe even say Dolph Ziggler, which is a terrible place to be. Yeah,
I'd say she's a bit higher up in the pantheon than Dolph Ziggler at this point. At least his fucking entrance worked this time around, because it kind of cut off someone else's entrance, which is how it kind of made sense. But normally, like, if he's just coming out to cut a promo, it's like, and it's like, well, what the fuck? Nothing was doing anything. Why did you just play that noise? Like, why is there a record scratch for nothing? And then he comes out like in silence, and then the music plays. Like, but then this week it actually made sense for him to kind of somberly kind of trot out to nothing, and then the music kicks in, and he kind of just makes his way to the ring. It's the first week it's actually worked, that entrance. You know.
Would you keep the music off?
I would have done, yeah. It makes more sense for his, like, whatever the fuck his character currently is, it makes more sense. Like, if he wants to be this despondent, like, fuck everything kind of character, then yeah, just fuck the music, fuck your dumb fucking trunks that you just do them all black, fuck the, like, little jacket you always put on that always has some sort of weird slogan on it or whatever. Just fuck it all. Just be like a complete anti-wrestler. Just fuck it. Just like, you may as well just be coming out saying to the camera, fuck it.
Just give him the finger.
Fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket, you know?
Yeah, that's what Raven was originally like. He didn't come out to music, he just came out and sat in the corner. Yeah. And people were like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
It's more interesting than whatever Dolph Ziggler is doing now.
Whatever manufactured version of anti-corporate, whatever fuck. I don't even know what the fuck is going on with him. I need a psychologist or something to work that shit out. Anyway, that's skipping ahead. Let's talk about the tag team match, since we both sort of enjoyed it.
Which one?
Oh shit, was there more than two?
There was a women's tag team match.
Right, I'll be honest, I completely forgot that happened. That was straight. That may as well have been a pre-show for me. Like, and there wasn't a pre-show this week, was there?
There was. I didn't watch it.
There was.
Yeah, there's always a pre-show. See who's on the pre-show. Fastlane pre-show.
They barely had enough matches for the real show, let alone.
So what was it here? Kickoff show. Well, it doesn't say what was there. It was a pre-show. Maybe there wasn't a match. There has to be a match.
Because they have the kickoff show, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just need to play with some wires.
Yeah, and
you
another
fill
thing.
The air. You fill the air.
So, yeah, I know for sure, like, that there is a kickoff show, like, and, like, check it out. Okay, Fastlane. I'm just doing some Google searching here. 2018 results. That's what we're going to go with. So, winners, raves, reaction. You can always count on Bleacher Report. I'm not going to say .com because we're not going to advertise them. Okay, so here it is. It was Ty Dillinger and Breezango versus Mojo Rawley and the new world's greatest tag team.
So is that their name?
Yeah.
The new world's greatest tag team.
The new world's greatest tag team 2000.
We're talking Shelton and Chad.
You got it.
Chad.
You got it, Bert.
So who won that, just out of not curiosity?
I'm going to say, oh my god, Dillinger and Breezango won.
Ooh. I mean,
wait a minute. So,
yeah.
Does that mean Benjamin and Gable are heels?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure how it's panned out, but they kind of, I think maybe they're kind of cocky, and that's why they're heels. That's all I've gleaned from them being on TV.
But they're good. So, like...
You mean like good wrestlers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't get...
I don't know.
Because usually when you're cocky and you back it up, like it's...
just like Kid Rock says.
Cocky! And they say, what? It ain't bragging mother effer if you back it up.
Exactly. But apparently, if you back it up, people still have to boo you, according to the WWE, so... Apparently Kid Rock isn't such a Hall of Famer, is he, Vince? Sorry about that. So wait, they won that match with... No, wait, Breezango won that match with Ty Dillinger.
They did,
Okay.
which makes me happy. Ty Dillinger, at least.
And Breezango, yeah, I just... At least they got something right. At least they can sleep a little easier tonight. Was there anything else?
Yeah, okay, just on this website I found it interesting. Bleacher Report features a memorable moments and quotes from this match. I just want to say the two of them. One of them says, "You're a perfect disappointment," Raleigh says to Dillinger. And then another bullet point is, "Breeze rides Gable like a horse."
That's a quote, is it?
It is.
What a quote.
That's it.
Maybe Bleacher Report needs to look up what a quote is. I don't think they know. Hot off the presses. This from Confucius. Chad rides fucking Rowley like a horse. So
yeah.
Was that the only match on the pre-show?
That was it.
Okay. Sort of pointless. So why did they have a pre-show? You know, why not just put that match
on
the
show?
What's the point of a one-match pre-show? What the fuck is that about? Anyway, so the proper tag match that happened, the Usos versus the New Day. What did you think of the match?
I liked it. I was waiting for that. I saw that beard on Xavier, and I'm thinking, like, Xavier's going heel. He's growing that beard out. He's going heel. And so I'm going to, like, excuse me, the attack at the end from the Bludgeon Brothers. It was very strange. But I like that it's setting up, I'm telling you, it's setting up the New Day breakup.
You reckon?
They put Xavier into the hospital. He's going to come back, the bionic Xavier.
Maybe he'll come back with, like, a brain problem. And he won't recognize Big E and Kofi Kingston. Could you
He's broken.
That? Yeah, broken Xavier. Because the way he hit the fucking thing, and he was, like, all juddery and shit, like he'd just been paralyzed or something. Like... Yeah. I could see, like, because they're saying that he's got some sort of I'm not a doctor, but I think a thoracles, whatever the fuck, is like somewhere in your neck, like around here somewhere. So I don't know if maybe they're going to try and say he got like bad whiplash or some shit, and like now he just doesn't recognize the other New Day guys, and like what's he going to do? How are they going to function?
It's a white guy.
Like that fucking Chappelle Show sketch where he's the black white supremacist. That kind of shit. Yeah, I could see that. But, I mean, you could be right. You were right about Asuka, so you could be right about anything.
I'm never right, though, Lou. This is a new year. Because usually I'm always wrong.
You were right about something that happened a little while ago as well, right? On Raw, there was a match that was made, and it was something you're right about. I think it was Braun and Elias was one of them.
Oh, yes.
You're right about that. And then there was something else. I can't remember what it was.
This
I can't remember
so
what it was.
insignificant.
You were right about it, though. I mean, I feel like we've so far predicted about 90% of WrestleMania. So I feel like we can feel good about that at least, you know.
We got that Barry Horowitz pat on the back.
Good for us. So you found the end, the Bludgeon Brothers thing, you found that weird, did you?
I liked it. I did. The match was great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the Usos and the New Day. I liked how it was Xavier and Kofi instead of cause usually Big E's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting sort of shift in the dynamic.
They referred to it as the Speed Unit or something like that. Like, the commentary referred to it as the Speed Config or something like that. Like this is their speed setup, Kofi and Xavier. Which is a strange but interesting way of referring to a configuration of 3 men in a 2-man tag team match.
Yeah, I like how they angle that, because if they ever go to have like a 3-man factions, they can have some narrative, some meaning behind it. But at the end, when the Bludgeon Brothers came out, my fiance, she was actually just bothered by what was happening. She thought, this is so stupid, why is this happening? It was interesting for me to see that, because normally you see people jumping off ladders, going through tables. Holy shit, this shit's happening. But they did such a good job at being so malicious that it was upsetting her. And she's just a casual, like she watches it when I watch it.
I mean, that's kind of funny, really, because I mean, you see the Bludgeon Brothers, and they're kind of mid-90s WWE kind of just bullshit, stupid kind of character throw-off kind of thing. Like it doesn't seem like it's a part of this world. It seems like it's a part of a bygone era. But like once they got down there and started actually beating people up, like I'm with her, you know. Like it started getting real, because they were properly going for it with people. They were like launching each other into like I'm enjoying this kind of masochist kind of.
Oh, I was loving that.
Slapping each other, like hitting each other, then throwing each other. Like I'm starting to really feel that shit, because if that's the way they're going with the Bludgeon Brothers, just that they're like fuck each other up and then fuck everyone else up. Like I can get behind that, sure. I mean, lose the fucking hammers, but I could get behind just two sadomasochists just fucking everyone up, you know? It makes sense.
Yeah. I was a big fan of, slap him across the face. And then he turns around and just demolishes a guy. But at the end there, where he did that assisted splash on the ground, that was a sick-looking move. It's that extra force of Harper pushing.
It was visibly a push down. Like, it wasn't just like, touch him on the back. He was like...
Yeah, he accelerated faster down. It was visible, yeah.
Yeah, man. Go on.
That's how you establish a team. You don't do these stupid vignettes. Have them come in. So let's see the results in the match. And I like this stiff working, but it was a bit uncomfortable watching Xavier after. Like,
yeah. And it's funny because they did replays of that and didn't play like him hitting.
Yeah.
They just kind of froze on it, which I'm not sure if that's a work or a shoot, but it kind of did work in a psychological kind of way, because you're thinking, right, okay, so they obviously considered that too kind of vile or sort of aggressive or just plain fucking masochistic to replay it properly, because I haven't seen a pause on a replay since like way back when I was watching chair shots and fucking on Raw or some shit, and they would like freeze the frame like just as the chair shot comes in so you don't actually see it, you know?
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that in a while, so it's a throwback.
I gotta plug in my headset here, I'm dying.
Okay.
Get in there, you little rat bastard.
If you're on audio, Ryan is
I got the wireless PlayStation. There we go. Yeah, baby.
His power lead is now in his headset. We're good.
Okay.
So,
I think it is.
So, Yeah, no, it's a odd but interesting and cool kind of throwback to that time for me. And yeah, Xavier, yeah, it's disturbing. This is as harshly as you can put it, really.
Yeah.
Disturbing image to see him like twitching like he's just been shot in the back of the head, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. But, like that is going to add so much to the WrestleMania match, because that sort of reaction is going to force the New Day to be more serious.
Mm.
And that's something that they've been needing for a long time.
Yeah.
To have that edge. So I hope this means that they won't be coming out singing and dancing. I hope this will, I want to see a wrestling version of like NWA versus Death Row. That's what I want to see. I want to see the Usos out there.
Shug?
Big E, obviously.
Oh, so they're Death Row, are they? I would have said NWA was Big E and the rest of them. New Day, sorry.
Well, maybe Usos are probably like G Unit, and New Day's like the NWA.
That's pretty harsh. That's pretty harsh on the Usos, to be fair. That is.
What about Black Wall Street? They could do that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a little bit harder.
Just give them some Menace to Society shit. Just right there.
Yeah.
Just bring them out, firing off. Could you imagine Usos coming out with gas? Blah, blah. Just
so
firing
good.
them into the sky. Fucking hell, that'd be. Day one ish.
They don't ask, they just bring it out.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I ain't got no license, motherfucker. Ish. Got no license ish.
What did you think of the on-screen graphics they do now? Like, that's part of what they do in SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's occasionally stupid, I would say.
Yeah.
I kind of get it for the New Day, because their whole vibe is fucking around and joking and whatnot. But when you do it for do you ever see it with the Usos where they were delivering promos and like in the middle of the promo, yeah, the fucking
lockdown
comes down, lockdown. That's some weird Snapchat shit that I just don't fully understand. Like initially when I watched it, I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. But then I realized they weren't doing it for funny.
They're serious.
They were doing it for for serious.
For realsies.
That was for realsies. I
do like the selfie promos they're doing though.
Yeah.
Like, those are pretty good. They're very DIY.
Yeah.
Mustafa Ali.
Mm-hmm. Muhammad Ali is a legendary boxer.
Yeah, but you're right. I don't know if he done any selfie promos.
He probably did.
But Mustafa did a really good one on 205 Live. And it's just so much more of a character build. Feels so much more organic.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like there's a producer standing there scripting him. It's just going. So, good job.
Speaking of producers, and this is my quote from Fastlane, is Byron Saxton saying, and I'm going to need to bring this up for myself so that I can quote myself correctly. Here we go. Shit, where is my Twitter?
Your Twitter?
I need to find. Here we go. So Byron Saxton said, "Show me that again, Kevin." So do you remember that part of the show where he calls an audible, and putting that in quotation marks? He calls an audible and asks for Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn, yeah.
To bring the replay back up and play it from a point and then pause it. And I was just like, wow, that's the best thing Byron Saxton's ever done, is insist on whoever's back in the truck, Kevin, to bring that replay back and then pause it at a moment. And again, I don't know if it's a work or a shoot, but the way Byron played it off and the way it kind of played out, because it was a few seconds before it seemed like they were like you could imagine them scrambling back there, like, oh, we need to get this replay back. But Byron's just insistent, like, show me that again, Kevin. Halfway up, pause it there. He's like calling the shots to Kevin Dunn in the fucking truck. I just thought that's literally the best Byron Saxton moment ever, and there aren't any. So
that's true. Yeah, he's getting gangster. He must have been sipping that Henny.
He must
that day.
He's lit as fuck right now. He's feeling himself.
I wonder if he'll be there next week.
Bring Booker T back.
Kevin Dunn.
No,
Kevin Dunn's pretty high up there.
He is.
He's second. McMahon's second.
Byron's fucking calling the shots on him. Fucking show me that again, Kevin. I love that. I want that on a t-shirt. Show me that again, Kevin. And then just Kevin Dunn's stupid face underneath. That's what I want. Then Byron Saxton's face on the back. Good times, Byron. You still suck, but good times. Well done. So, right, tag team match. Good. Do you reckon it'll be a 3-way match at WrestleMania then?
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be, right?
3-way, maybe even a 4-way. You know how they do. WWE.
Just throw as many people in there as possible.
That's right.
Breezango in there, why not, right? Who needs a feud between two teams anymore?
They should do a triple tag team last team standing match.
Yeah? I can't say if you're joking,
shit.
but that's actually a good idea. You're not joking, right?
No, I'm serious. They should, because you got the Bludgeon brothers.
Yeah.
Like, they just destroyed everybody.
Yeah. So they're all going to have a grudge at this point. Specifically, the Usos and New Day going to have a grudge with the Bludgeons. And the Bludgeons are just going to have a grudge with each other. They're just going to be psychosexually hitting each other the entire match. And then hitting the others. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting some 50 Shades in my WWE. So,
I thought you were going to say in your diet.
That's my diet, yeah. Anywhere I can fit it, really. So, was there a match in between that and the... Oh, right, it was the women's match, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was before the main event. So, okay. So, main event time. 6-man challenge. Fucking... Why not? Let's put as many people in there as we can, as we've mentioned. Let me just try and recall who was in it. It was AJ Styles, the champion. It was Baron Ziggler. It was John Cena. It was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So
you got it.
So you tell me how you felt about that match.
For the most part, I liked it. I thought it did a lot for almost everybody involved. I think AJ did the least.
He did, yeah, kind of. Except for taking a real fierce fucking table bump. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, I did.
He landed like on the point. It wasn't even flat. He was like fucking... It was a cannonball onto that fucking table. That was...
He gets a shit kicked out of him, that AJ guy.
I get the feeling his body is just one... I've said this. His body is just one giant callus. Like, every bone in his body is just fucking broken and re-healed over 20 times. So he's basically Wolverine at this point. It doesn't make a difference, you know?
Yeah, I guess you're right. He is Wolverine.
He kind of is.
I liked the start of the match when Cena just immediately hit the AA on everybody except AJ Styles. Like that instance there automatically puts Cena and AJ Styles above everybody else, but also rekindles a bit of that feud from 2016, which they had good matches.
Yeah.
Great matches. And then I liked the follow-up from that, when everybody recovered and the crowd started chanting yes, because all of these indie guys, or guys who've been buried, minus Baron Corbin, are now going to kick the shit out of John Cena. So it was a cool visual, and I know that the WWE knows.
Yeah.
Like, by acknowledging that, though, you're kind of saying, yeah, we did bury Dolph Ziggler with John Cena. We did that. And Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Not so much those two guys, but the idea of the indie wrestler buried by John Cena. So it's interesting philosophically to see the rise of the indie wrestler on Smackdown take over.
Yeah, because I mean AJ Styles is the man at this point. He's bigger than any other wrestler in terms of reactions and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck knows if he's selling the merch, but I'd imagine that comes with it, right? And he's so colourful with this fucking... He's rivaling John Cena for that fucking colourful merch. He's got that like powder blue shit. He's got that bright red shit. Like, he may as well be throwing towels into the crowd at this point that say like phenomenal or some shit like that. You know? He's got the colours going. Yeah, the entire match for me kind of had a good amount of psychology and narrative to it. Good storytelling, I guess. Because there are a lot of factors at play, like fucking Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin. There's fuck all going on with them anyway, so they kind of got nothing apart from kind of looking half decent. But everyone else involved in that match, your Zayn's and Owens and Cena's and Styles, like, they kind of got some gratification from that match. It was just odd to see Shane McMahon at ringside, but not Daniel Bryan, since they'd had such a clash in the heads.
Yeah, and he was being like a heel. Like, I don't care if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are heels. Like, it's not your place as the authority figure to interject yourself
Twice
into the match. Yeah, twice.
Yeah, I was marking out and visibly pissed off by the fact that he kept interfering in that match. I was just head in hands, like, what the fuck is going on? And thinking to myself, all right, Daniel Bryan's going to come out any minute now and, do something about this shit. But lo and behold, nothing.
No such luck.
No such luck, no. But it was good, right?
Yeah, I liked what it was doing for Sami Zayn. And I like how it's skewing Kevin Owens almost into a sympathetic shade. I wouldn't say he's full face, but he's, Sammy's obviously instigating him. Kevin just wants to be his friend, doesn't trust Sammy, and, he would have won the match, but Shane pulled him out because he tried to super kick Sammy, but super kicked Shane McMahon. So he was like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? I'm Kevin Owens. So it did a lot, but man, I love how Sami Zayn was coming out to the ring, hugging the ring post, just being so obnoxious.
I loved that. I laughed out loud when he hugged the ring post. I just thought that was hilarious. He got his entire body wrapped around it.
He's quickly becoming my favorite heel.
And that's the thing, like, the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn situation, it's really hard to pick out what stance their characters have, because it's by all accounts the power fucking over two wrestlers, but at the same time they act like dipshits. So it's sort of like this weird sort of grey area where you like the wrestlers but they're acting like dipshits, and then Shane McMahon's playing a face but he's also just being a dick to them. So you can't get behind Shane because he's being a dick. And then you've got these two dipshits like prancing around and having this weird sort of relationship with each other, but deserve to be like winning matches and then getting fucked over. So I don't know if it's intentionally like so obtuse, but if it is, it's kind of working now. Like I had very little faith in it to begin with, but I just don't know what the payoff is, and I feel like the payoff is not going to be as gratifying as the journey's been,
Yeah, I think they would have to. I think you got to go all the way with Sammy to get that payoff. Whether that means, I think at some point he has to be the champion over Kevin Owens. There has to be some sort of dispute over some sort of title, and I think you got to let Sammy get a good run as like a chicken shit heel or some sort of resourceful scavenger, something, to really solidify him as like almost like Edge when Edge was a heel. Yeah, I could see him being like that, and then Kevin Owens can come back later as the winner. But to get that payoff, how else? Unless he kills Shane McMahon,
runs him over with a car. But then we find out he takes off his Sammy mask and it's Rikishi.
Oos.
Oh, so the thing is, like, Yeah, like the US title situation as it stands, that'd be so perfect if it was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in that spotlight, in that kind of position.
Yeah.
Because that title between those two could be fucking pushed to the moon. Like, that's exactly the kind of talent you need behind that title, is those two just very enthusiastically and sincerely fucking killing each other week on week, month on month, to, win that belt. And that would have been a perfect thing to put on Zayn. If you don't want to put the world title on him, it makes sense, I guess, but give him something, for his stature and his worth.
Yeah, and you know what? The way they fight each other
is real.
You believe these guys are really want to hurt each other, and like that sort of passion or sincerity is what you need around a title to give the title more value. Because these guys are willing to kill themselves for that idol. Randy Orton doesn't seem like he gives a shit. He doesn't seem like he cares ever. So it's a waste of that. And I mean, without that, what are they fighting over?
Yeah, just not liking each other, I guess is. But then there too, you got Kevin Owens, who's a prize fighter, admittedly, and you've got Sami Zayn, who is undervalued in every sense of the word. So the value prize on both those people is an actual title belt.
Yeah, that's right.
So it kind of makes sense that you would kind of let them fight for a title, but I don't know, maybe. I mean, I don't even see a situation where they kind of get engineered into a title spot. Like the way it's going at the minute, if Nakamura wins at WrestleMania, that title is surely staying with him until at least SummerSlam. You can't just take it off him straight away. And then at that point, well, what do you do with those two? I mean, I don't even know what the WrestleMania situation is going to look like for them. Presumably they'd fight each other, but you've got Shane McMahon so heavily involved in this. How does that pan out? Like,
I wonder if it's going to be a triple threat: Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon with Daniel Bryan as a referee.
Potentially, yeah. Or I thought maybe Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Shane McMahon as the referee. Like,
oh shit, that's a good
weird one. But there's not much stakes to that, because normally if you've got a special guest ref, you're like, oh, is he for this person or this person?
He just hates them both.
He's for neither, so he's just gonna sit ringside and not count pinfalls or shit like that. Like, that couldn't be much good. Or they have Daniel Bryan and Shane O'Mac both as special guest referees for their match, but they've already done that, so I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they should. Maybe they could do like somehow where they can get the general manager position on the line. Sami Zayn would be a hilarious general manager, or Kevin Owens.
It'd be good if they did that, but kept them as in-ring talent as well, so that Sami Zayn just week on week books himself in title matches. I would love to see that. And just puts Kevin Owens in shit matches, like 1-on-4 matches and shit like that. That'd be kind of fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be great. But I don't know, man, what they're gonna do with that. I'm kind of getting sick of seeing Shane McMahon in matches at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's the new Undertaker.
Oh God.
Who, by the way, how do you reckon this Cena shit's going to play out? You reckon Taker?
I don't know.
What's left at this point?
If anybody, I would think Taker. I think that's maybe the story they're telling, is that Cena's at a loss. He wants to be at WrestleMania, but he has nothing to do. So what better than The Undertaker?
Who also has nothing to do.
Who should probably not wrestle.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay retired.
Wait, was he retired?
I don't know. He should be.
I mean, he put his hat and coat in the middle of the ring, so by all accounts, that's like handing in your notice. Yeah. That is, isn't it? It's like writing your resignation letter. That's his version of going into your boss's office and saying, it's been great, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be parting ways with you guys.
He can't read, so that's like his...
He just writes in symbols. Hat, coat. Just does little drawings and gives them to Vince. Hat, coat, question mark? Oh, man. I can't say I'm looking forward to that if that does pan out, but hey, you know, WrestleMania, right? They need matches.
Yeah. I mean, I would think the WWE would have learned by now that putting things off, they should have done Sting versus The Undertaker when he came in. You don't need Triple H versus Sting. That doesn't make any fucking sense. It was stupid.
Yeah.
And now, like, Sting wanted to do it, Undertaker wanted to do it, but now they're, like, the magic is gone. And now they probably be like, yeah, well, let's do that dream match that people wanted 6 years ago. Kevin, go fuck yourself. So.
Yeah. Wait, which Kevin?
Done.
All right, okay. I thought you meant done, but for a minute I was thinking Owens. Why? Yeah.
Kevin Owens is okay, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Owens is fine.
He should be the new Kevin.
Yeah. Could you imagine him editing the show and shit? I'd enjoy that. Calling the shots back there.
You can see they just put up random pictures of his son.
Hey, look how hot my wife is. That'd be half the show. Just be like pictures slowly fading across the screen like a screensaver. And then his theme music. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Kevin Owens show.
Dad Owens' dad.
Dad Owens' dad. That's a throwback in case you're wondering. Well, geez, I think we've covered just about everything at this point. AJ Styles obviously won the match. That was a given, I guess. I know you predicted, or you didn't predict, but you wanted Sami Zayn to walk out of that with the title, but
I wanted so badly for that to happen.
It would have been good, but realistically speaking, just wasn't going to happen, was it?
It's meant to be.
Just wasn't meant to be. So AJ Styles and Nakamura at WrestleMania. And that's it. That's us done, I guess, for this recap.
I think that's going to live up to the hype.
Nakamura Styles. I mean, yeah.
You think so?
I kind of think it will, you know. I kind of think they both know this has to be amazing. And I think the crowd's going to be behind it.
Do you think WWE will give them the hour plus that they need?
An entire hour. I mean, fuck it, the show's going to be 12 hours long, so
oh god,
why not, right?
I'm not looking forward to WrestleMania.
I am and I ain't. Mostly for health reasons, you know. I could do with more sleep, but it's fun, you know. I like watching WrestleMania, and this new tradition we're setting of watching WrestleMania as a unit is
streaming it,
at least making it more fun, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. That's it. That is it this time. We're done. So where can you find us? Hey, I'm gonna let you tell people where they can find us.
Check it out, right? WrestlingCC.com, that website. You can get the RSS feed there. You can find us at anywhere you listen to podcasts. iTunes. Can you get us on Google Play? Check it out, maybe.
You could do the research.
Yeah, you could go.
Just have a search. If you don't find us, fuck it, you know.
Spotify, stuff like that. We're around. Subscribe to us. But most importantly, let us know you're listening.
Yeah.
So we know what to do. You know, if you say less of Ryan, more of Lou, that's what we'll do.
Doubtful. But yeah.
But, you know, we'll hear it. You know.
How can they find us to do that, Ryan?
At WrestlingCC.com. or you can get us directly on Twitter. I'm at OneRyanJoseph, and Lou over there is at Lou Chew Rocket.
That's right. And we are two boys just living a dream right now. So you find us at those places, and we'll see you again next week. All right? Bye, y'all.
Oh.